Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Corey and Daphne with the Frequency of Us podcast. I hope everybody's having a great day, feeling blessed. If you are going through anything, this podcast is going to be here as your safe haven to enjoy, to share, and to explore the divinity of what we have to offer you. And today, Daphne has some awesome knowledge for you guys, and I just really am excited for sharing what we have with you. So with no further ado, welcome to the show, Daphne.
Hey. I would like to say that I know how to start off this conversation, but I don't. So I think by starting off by saying, I think I do these things for the right reason, right? I think I share live information and stories and stuff so people just don't think that they're alone. So with that said, I just feel a little different, you know what I mean? And I know that is the goal, right? We're trying to become better us and more in alignment with our purpose and our truth. And then with all that, this human experience is something else. I have experienced depression and anxiety in the past, and I feel like a lot of the last few years have me just being able to experience my life as me, as authentically as I can be. And healing from all that and not actually having to be suffering from it, you know? So this past month was really, really tough for me. It was, I tell to everybody that, healing is not linear, you can loop back around to things and have to revisit things that you thought that you put to rest, that you buried the hatchet, that you never thought that you would think of again. But that's all a lie, right? And it's all irrelevant in this big 3D game. We spend a lot of time of thinking about the woulda, coulda, shouldas when it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and I think that's what I've came to realize today. But with that realization, it made me realize what the answer was to the rest of the freaking week's questions, because it's we like to overanalyze and sit here and make lists and try to diagnose ourselves. But in reality, that's just it's all a distraction. It's all a part of the play. And when I mean the play, the movie, this generation, they would resonate with the word movie. It's all part of the movie. And I feel the indifference with the person that I thought I wanted to be. I think that because I remember earlier last week, you're but what are you depressed about? And I'm I don't even know if I would call it depression. And you're yeah, your circumstances, situational things, there's things to be depressed about, but in the grand scheme of things, we're blessed and I'm not depressed. No. So it wasn't that. But there was some emotions that I was dealing with, and I was just hair trigger. That's another thing I have to, and I will say this with kindness to myself, because I realized how much also these past few months, all of my life, how hard I've been on myself. I really, really, really give myself lashings mentally that it's almost I'm my own abuser sometimes, because I don't give myself a little tiny crack to make mistakes, and we're human. To human is error. So you know what I mean? We're allowed to. It's a part of it. So, getting back to my point, that I thought I wanted to be something, you know what I mean? And maybe even when I was little, maybe that was something else. Maybe that was something grander. You know what I mean? Maybe that was, no, I remember what it was. It was, I wanted to be a veterinarian, like as a profession, right? But what kind of person did I want to be? And I think that I'm becoming her. And now that I see that in the mirror, I'm like, huh?
It's like, whoa.
Like, it's not like, you know, because 2 years ago, I'm trying to sit here and listen to this audiobook on my breaks about being okay with people not liking you, because I am such a, like, hardcore recovering people pleaser. And I just, when I, in my adolescence, it was masked with a lot of false arrogance and uppityness, and I just learned it from the women around me. I was a little snobby, but in reality, I just wanted to be accepted by everybody. Very hardcore, like an obsession with it. So learning that, and I knew this intellectually. I've talked about this in therapy, but it's different whenever something hits you in your life therapeutically, when you're having a psychological therapy session versus a spiritual one.
Yeah.
And this hit me right now spiritually. And whenever things connect intellectually and spiritually, it's almost like, boop, light bulb. Everything's clicking like a Lego. It makes all sense. Because it's like, did I always want to be this hyper independent, lone wolf, nurturer of everyone? You know what I mean? I definitely didn't want to like become anyone's martyr, you know what I mean? And do everything and then like, and give to people and then for them to abandon me. You know what I mean? I didn't do it for that purpose, but I did it for the purpose of being accepted, because that's what I was told. Not told, I saw that. You as a woman have to change who you are. First, as a woman, you need to find a man to take care of you. And you have to also, on top of that, be independent enough so they don't have to take care of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's the Barbie movie. All of these double standards. I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s, so like girl power was there. But I'm a Puerto Rican woman raised in a Pentecostal household, and the cognitive dissonance of being free and independent versus culturally, this is what a woman is not what I wanted to be. You know what I mean? I saw that. I saw my mom and my grandma just be taken advantage of and abused and used, and still having to work and provide for themselves. That's what I saw. So that's what made me want to be hyper independent. I don't need nobody. If a man's gonna, I know, I thought about it in my early 20s. If a man's gonna really, really love me, it's gonna be because I also, am smart and can work hard and, also come home and take care of my children and be attentive to him. And all I want is that in return. But culturally, I was raised to be, no matter what your bystander is doing, you're supposed to just do and play your role. And that role to me was very oppressive. So I was just like, This is not the game I want to play. And that's what has the illusion, that illusion that I've had, that if that's the kind of woman that I want to be, you know what I mean? Nurturing, the really good, yummy things that I love about my mom and my grandmother. That they just give and they feed you and they take care of you and they make sure that you're okay. And are you thirsty? And are you hungry? And do you have gas money? And are you good at home? Like my mother, I like the empathetic, the toxic empathy. I got it from somewhere. So I actually like that about people. My friend Michaela's like that. You know, just people that love to take care of others. And I enjoy that too. My daughter Daniela, she just said that a few weeks ago, and she's just like, I liked cooking for people, and that's how I show my love to them. I totally agree. But I have strayed away from it and made myself a little hard because I've seen also the unworthy people, people that are unworthy of you being taken care of. That's what ruined it all. That's what ruined the real purpose. Because in real time, day before yesterday, I'm cooking for y'all and I'm making the plate and I just feel so freaking satisfied. And I feel so good. And like my heart is pouring over into the plate. And then, boom, the thought of doubt goes into your head. But then how are you going to live your life and pay your bills if you don't? You know what I mean? How do you become this nurturing person and then also have to be in your masculine out there in the world? Like, how do you do both and not freaking fry yourself again, Daphne? How? Or you become like, you know, I don't want to say like, I don't want to be like my elderly matriarchs in my family, the women that raised me. I want to be better than that. You know, I do see that there's a lot of, and we are all wounded warriors as women and as mothers, but I see a little bit wounded women sometimes become a little bitter, and I don't want that. So what I want, I'm still trying to figure it out, right? I think that's the whole life. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, don't want that for breakfast. Don't want that. That kind of leaves the options to very few. So that's just an analogy that I use for everything. It's just like the options in life give you that. I'll eventually know what I want to be. I do know that I want to be the most authentic me that I am, and that everything that comes from me is from source and my creator, and that I'm staying Christ-like mentality as much as I can. That's who I want to be. And then when I'm looking in the mirror, like I said, and I'm actually that person and I feel satisfied and I feel like that really genuine love, not like, you know, Beyonce talks about like that, you know, she probably has awesome self-love, but I'm saying that whole bubblegum pop of I am love. It's not really like that. It's like looking at yourself and saying, well, you know, it is what it is, but I love it. You know, like you're not okay with everything, but at the same time you are. You're in acceptance of yourself. You appreciate everything that is you. It's another reason why I can't go with religion, because the religion wants to abolish the dark side. You know what I mean? And where I do believe that there is evil, right? Well, I'm not talking about that. Of course, you want to abolish evil from your life. Yeah. I'm talking about, you know, your bad attributes. I might be a little paranoid. I might be a little presumptuous. I might be a little too sensitive around certain people because of my story with them, or you know what I mean? Like I might not react the right way in every single scenario. We're not perfect, but it's okay. And Spirit's showing me that my real heart's desire, I moved away from the desire. Why I thought that the path was not for me, or what made that life seem oppressing or unappeasing. Like, that's irrelevant. I could sit here and tell you the whole story. Oh, because my grandma, blah, 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 my dad. But that's all irrelevant in the grand scheme of it all. It doesn't matter. The point is that there's a reason for the illusion, so I need to sever that relationship with the illusion. Because that's not who I was meant to be. It's all attachments. And actually right now, as I'm saying it, like, I feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel it. It's not necessarily like an icky or bad thing, but it is like something that as soon as you're aware of it, you need to address it. And like how church people say, rebuke it, return to sender, sever ties, cut cords, whatever how you want to call it. You need to make action to transmute that. Because the last week, that's what I was doing, was wallowing in something. Not because I chose to be, it's because honestly I didn't have the words. I didn't have the words to articulate what was going on with me, to even explain to myself, my mind and my heart, oh, this is what I'm going through, let me just rest through it. I just had to blindly say, I don't know, I'm just gonna go with it. So nothing I desire from the conditioning and the programming, I mean, it's not me, it's what the 3D, the world has conditioned out of me, right? And which we keep up with the illusion to gain. When we keep up with the illusion, we gain nothing. Nothing is gained with going on with a story that you've told yourself that's in the past. So again, throw it in the garbage. Cut those ties. Like the fact that there are fruits, there's proof in this. When you allow and let be and you flow, things are healed and you are who you need to be. Because the only thing that matters is you. You are the main character. Of course, we're women and we have children. So in that aura are ties that you cannot sever, which is the umbilical cord to these kids. But your adult children, that's a different complicated situation. That's a whole other podcast. Whew. And shedding the old, the fake you, for authentic connections, because those connections that you make in the illusion, like I said, they don't matter. You gain nothing from it. It's just stories we tell ourselves. I remember whenever I first, entered to this path of enlightenment, and I used to be mean about it to people, because I'd be like, oh, you need enlightenment, blah, 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 blah. And I just say it like as a weapon, as a dig, But the thing is, we ain't never gonna know it all. The moment you think that you know it all, you best believe you're going to be told and taught that you don't. That's just how it works. We think, there's a lot of sayings for that, like testing fate, or we make plan and God laughs. Like there's a lot of sayings for that just tell you the same truth over and over and over again. There's a reason why they're cliche sayings, because it is a truth in time, in this illusion of time that we're living, you know, that those connections that we have in this 3D, in that 3D, you know, I say past, some of my friends would say timeline, you know what I mean? I want to try to speak in much layman terms as I can and not get anybody be like, oh, what is she talking about? Dimensional things. Now it's this woo-woo chick. And then the peoples and the places that need no shield from the truth. So if you're your true, authentic self, I made a TikTok post about this earlier. If you're your true, authentic self, and you're around people that keep on telling you, no, don't be like that. Don't say those things. Don't express yourself this way. That is a connection that values nothing in your realm, so you don't need to value it. You know what I mean? How else do I say it? Like, there's no meaning behind that connection. The only thing that matters is whenever you're around people that you can be you around. You don't have to think twice about it. I can mess up what I'm saying. I can change my opinion based on learning new information. I can change my opinion just because I woke up on a different freaking vibration that day. But they don't care because they love me, because I'm me. Those are the connections you should nurture. If you're, if you want to continue also being surrounded by people that elevate you and upgrade you, and people that you feel safe around, people that will help you on your journey and on your purpose to help other people. And when I say help other people, I literally mean help other people. I don't mean go and waken people, other people up, go and preach to other people, go and try to psychoanalyze other people. No, I just feel like, I don't know if you feel like this, but I feel like every day, and when I walk out that door, I'm prepared to be in service to my community. If someone needs it, whether that's, food or water or prayer or just somebody to listen to them, that's the kind of human being I want to be.
Yes, humanitarian.
Yeah. Or what was that in the Bible? Who was that? The whole tribe. Because you say, there's a saying, good Samaritan. Yeah. That's what Samaritans in the Bible, they were just known to, help the down and out. I admire people like that. And someone asked me a long time ago, it's like, are you like that because you're altruistic, or is it because you're a neurodivergent that likes to be needed? And I'm like, you're thinking too much into that guy. Yeah, somebody. Oh, man. So, what do you think about all that I just freaking loaded on you? Because I know you were asking me last week. You were like, what's going on with you? And I just didn't have the words to tell you what was going on. I just cried. And it's the shedding. It's the shedding away. Let's eliminate all these lies and these illusions. And I think that's really, really traumatizing to our psyches.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an eye-opener that, because at first, it was just like, I didn't know, me, I always try to know. I always try to understand. And I think that's a deep part of my personality, with just like trying to like, hey, are you okay? Is there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it helped me to understand it better now that you've written out, because sometimes that's what we need to do as humans, in our spiritual form. We only have this vessel to articulate ourselves and convey ourselves in such ways, right, with our tools. And, Source gave us the ability to see, write, read, and dwell, and I think that's just so amazing, so there's a lot of deepness in what you've said, specifically in authenticity, being who you are around everyone, no matter how it makes you look, how you think it may make you look, because all of that is part of the program, and that's the irrelevance that we carry on in a lot of our lives, in this loop cycle of, either it's, am I going to be okay? What does this person think of me? Am I smart enough? There's so many different variables about it, right? And so, yeah.
So, you think that there's, when have you, how do I say it? What's the question? I think that's why I come off aloof sometimes, because I am becoming more of that unbothered soul, where it's like, it's not every issue or circumstance needs to be dissected. You need to just like be okay with people disliking you, also, like, people are going to be projecting indifference and wanting to harm you, or, just like wishing harm on you. Like, I know.
It will, yeah. We all know
so
about
sometimes
that, right?
I think, like, sometimes it's that. Like, it's like, Daphne, didn't you already overcome this crap and, like, this toxic empathy crap? Like, just get over it. And so I was. For a couple days, I was kind of down on myself, and I thought that it was just me in my head with my anxiety again. But then, the third day into it, I'm sitting there meditating, and I'm like, I'm really not with the same old thought patterns. I'm not thinking about the same old past memories or anything like that. So I don't, it's just, it was a mood. And it was a frequency, and it was a purge, that's for sure. I purged a lot of emotions, because I was just sitting there crying and not even knowing what I was crying about. I was just allowing myself to cry.
Know those days. Yeah. Do you want to let the crowd know where they can find your information?
Yes, I'm at Lacono Faye on TikTok. Healing Faye iCloud at iCloud.com is my email. And those are my two, everything else is personal. Yeah, but email me if you guys want any herbalism of advice. I'm not a doctor, I have to say that. Any wellness advice. I'm trying to find a term or a label to the profession that I am. I'm not just an herbalist, but like I really do like speak to people's souls whenever I'm talking to them about their wellness. It usually starts off with like people are like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight or whatever and blah blah, and that's my in, right? Because if you're talking to me about losing weight, you're thinking all wrong already.
And of course, as you guys already know, you can catch all episodes of this week and next week's podcast on YouTube at symbol the HZ of us, which is the frequency of us. So definitely, I appreciate you guys, and tune in next week. Much love.
Bye. That's good. That was a whole hour.
Late nights when the world gets quiet, stars peek through my window pane. Your face keeps floating back to me. Can't shake this sweet, sweet pain. Time moves slow without you here. Every moment feels too. I'm dreaming of you. It's your frequency that takes me away in the silence of my room. Of you. Till the morning breaks too soon. Hold on till we had. Dreaming of you. Empty bed still holds your shade. Your perfume lingers in the air. I close my eyes and feel you near. Pretend that you're still there. These walls remember all we shared. They echo the we. I'm dreaming of you. It's your frequency that takes me away in the silence of my dreaming of you. Till the morning breaks too soon. Hold on, but we had. Dreaming of you. Been walking these streets since you left, baby. Every corner tells a story, memories won't fade me. Used to laugh until the sunrise. Now I count the hours waiting for a sign you're coming back to me. Your voice still plays inside my head like a melody. Can't delete the way you love me, that's my remedy. So keep on dreaming, keep on believing. The love like ours ain't meant for leaving. Maybe somewhere you feel it too. This pull that draws me back to you. Distance can't erase what's real. Time won't change the way I feel. It's your frequency that takes me away. Dreaming, dreaming of you. Dreaming, dreaming of you. Dreaming, dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. It's your frequency that takes me away in the silence of my dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Till the morning breaks too soon. Hold on, what we had. Dreaming of you. Hold on to what we had. Keep dreaming, keep believing. Hold on to what we had. You coming back, dreaming of you.